So last topic we discussed, it is based on functions. Two more topics we want to discuss. That is, first one, it is return. How we can return a statement, a return value in a function. So in the case of a return function, we use a statement return. Okay, in normal program, we are using a return function, then it will return a particular value and assign that value to a single variable, or we can assign multiple values to multiple variable. It is also possible. Then in the case of non-return functions, that is, if there is no return statement in that function definition, then the control will move back to the main function and it will return none. Capital letter N, then all other letters are small case. That is N-O-N-E, none. So if the function will not include that return statement, that is, if it is a void function, then it will return none value. Okay. Then the next important topic, it is global variable and local variable. What is global variable and local variable? Local means, Aditya, what is local variable?
Ma'am, within
the
a variable declared within the loop.
Within the loop, or within the, in our case, within the function. Okay. So if I'm declaring a variable within a for loop or within a while loop or within a function, that variable is known as local. We can use that variable inside that function only. It is local for that function. We can't use that variable outside the function. But in the case of global variable, we can use global variable anywhere. Throughout the program, we can use that global variable. Where we declare that global variable, Ashwin?
Ma'am, anywhere.
Anywhere means we can use the, we can declare that variable inside the function. We can use that variable
Yes.
anywhere where we declare that global variable.
I mean, sit outside.
Outside where?
Outside the function. Outside the function.
Outside the function. That is, the starting line of that program is the position for writing that global variable. Okay. So here, so there are two types of variables, local variable and global variable. Here, this is the local variable. S is equal to I love programming. I am declaring this S inside this function definition, and I am using that S inside that function. We can use that function only inside the, we can use that local variable only inside that function. If I am trying to access this variable outside that, if after a function call statement, if I am using a statement like print S, it will give some error. Okay, because S is a local variable. We can use this S only within that scope. This is local scope. The scope is just inside that function definition. And okay, here one example, the same example, that is, and this S is the local variable. And if I print this S here, no problem, we get the output based on that print function. But here, I'm trying to print this S here, that is under this main function call statement. I'm using this print S, then it will give some error. Okay, that is the scope of local variable. And in the case of, yes, Gauri?
I didn't understand that error.
Error, okay. Here S is the local variable. Okay, that means we can use this S only here, only in this position. We can't use this S here. This is this F of, this is the main part of a program. Okay, this f of is the first statement of main program. This is the function definition part. This is the starting of main program. Or f of is a function call statement. This function call statement is the first statement of the main program. Our program will start from here. Okay. Here I am using this s, print s. But this s is a local variable. Means we can use this s only in this function body. So if we try to access this s outside the function body, it will give some error. Now is it clear, Gauri?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So that is local variable scope. Okay, we can use that local variable only inside that function. Okay. Then in the case of global variable, we can use that global variable anywhere in the program. And one keyword is also there, which is the keyword to declare a global variable. Anyone? Which is the keyword to declare global variable?
Globally.
Global is the keyword used to declare a global variable. Okay. And without that keyword, we can declare one global variable. How we can declare one global variable? Write the name starting of that s is equal to 1. SA is equal to 1. Here this is global variable. Okay. That is, we declare this SA just before this function definition, that is starting of a program. We just type one variable, SA is equal to 1. Here SA is a global variable. And the same time, here also I'm declaring another global variable. It is S is equal to I love programming. Here this S is also a global variable. Why? This is the starting of main program. Okay. This is the first line of main program. So if we declare a variable or assign a value here and also here, that is considered as global variable. So here before this f of, this is the starting of main program. So first line of main program, we use this s is equal to I love programming in the first line of main program. So this s is considered as global variable and this is also considered as global variable. Now we can use this SA and S anywhere in the program. Then if we try to access this S here, print S, no problem, it will display the content. Also print SA, it will print the content. Oh, we can use this print SA here also. We can use this SA and S anywhere in the program. Throughout the program, we can use that global variable. So for declaring global variable, two positions are there. Either you can write the statement like just before the function definition or the starting of main program. Okay. But if we write x is equal to 1 here, this is local variable. Okay. This is local variable. It is not global variable. That is, it is inside the main function. Main function is one of the function, no. So if we declare a variable inside the main function, it will declare as local variable. But outside the main function, it is used as global variable. So this is the main function. So if we declare S outside the main function or starting of main function, this S is global variable. If we declare this S inside the main function, it is considered as local variable. Is it clear, children? The difference between local variable and global variable? Okay.
Can you explain one more
Okay.
time?
Okay, okay. I'll give another example. Okay. here diff display print and okay, here this is one of the program. There is a void function, that is it will return a none value. There is no return statement, it will return none value. Okay, I'm trying to here x is equal to 1. This is which type of variable, Alvin? X is under which type?
Local.
Correct, Alvin. It is local variable because we declare this x within this function. Okay, and here I'm using y is equal to 11. This also a local variable. Why? We declare this y inside the main function. Here, this is the main function. This is the main function. So we declare this y inside the main function. So main function means it is also one function. So we declare this y inside the main function. So this y is treated as a local variable. Here this x is inside the dis function. So this is also treated as a local variable. But if we try to write s is equal to 1, here this is global variable. And if I'm using another variable z is equal to 11, this is also global variable because this z and s are outside the main program. Z and S are outside the main program, but this X and Y are inside the functions. One is in user defined function, second is inside the main function. Okay, so this Y and X are local variable and S is equal to 1 and Z is equal to 11 are global variable. Now is it clear, children?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So this is local and global variable. And one more topic is there. It is not in the syllabus, but you just note that one also, because if there is any output based question is there based on that, you just understand what is the meaning of that word. Okay. This is recursion in Python. Recursion. Recursion means when we are using a function inside same function inside that function, or if we call a function itself in a function definition, it is known as recursion. Okay, can be defined as the process of, all of you switch on the video, children, process of defining something in terms of itself, or it is a process in which a function calls itself. Function calls itself. Just listen to this example. Here, factor is a function to find the factorial. Okay. Here I'm calling that function factor. But inside this factor function, I'm again use the same function. That is recursion. Okay. When we are using the same function inside the function definition, that is known as recursion. Factor is the function to find the factorial. In the definition of that factorial function, I'm again using the same function. That is recursion. Is it clear, children, the concept?
Ma'am, will you explain with an easy example?
Okay, okay. Here, I want to find the factorial of 6. Okay, so factorial of number 6. It will display like this. And after that, I want to call this function 6. This function factorial with number 6. So control moves to this position. Here the value of 6, n it is 6. Then first it will check if n equal to 1. If n equal to 1, the result is 1. 1 factorial, it is 1 itself. So it will return 1. Okay. In our case, n is not equal to 1. So it will start this else part. In that else part, n into, what is n into? 6 into fact of n minus 1. Fact of n minus 1 means fact of 5. Means it will again moves to this position and the value of n it is 5. So it will again execute this one, moves to this position, that is 5 into fact of 4. Then n minus 1, that is 3. So 3 into f of 3, 2 into f of 2, then 1 into f of 1. This is the execution procedure. That is, first the value of n it is 6. Then it will check n equal to 1. It is not n equal to 1. So it will move to else part. Here n into. Here the value of first n value is 6. So 6 into fact of 5. When we use this fact of 5, it again execute this fact. Now the value it is 5 into fact of 4. First time the value it is 6 into fact of 5. After that, fact of 5 means 5 into fact of 4. Then 4 into fact of 3. Then 3 into fact of 2 and 2 into fact of 1. This is the execution procedure. And after that, after the final value, it will place the result. What is fact of 1? Fact of 1, it is 1. So this 1 is replaced here. 1. So what is 2 into 1? 2 into 1, it is 2. This 2 is replaced here. Fact of 2 is, this is the answer for fact of 2. 2 into 1. This result is replaced here. Then 3 into 2, 6 is replaced here. 6 is the result of fact of 3. So this fact of 3 is replaced with 6. So 6 into 4, it is 24. 24 is the result of fact of 4. So this fact of 4 is replaced with 24. Then 24 into 5 is the result of fact of 5. So fact of 5 is replaced with 24 into 5. Then final answer, it is 6 into fact of 5. This is the execution procedure. Okay, it will display like this. And after executing all the statement, it will execute one by one from the last value. What is fact of 1? This fact of 1 is replaced here. Then you will get fact of 2. Then this fact of 2 replaced here. And it is the result of fact of 3. And the result of fact of 3 replaced here, just like that. That is the recursion procedure. You just understand what is recursion. And if there is any doubt related with this execution, you just write like this and find out the value based on that. What is 6 factorial? It is 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6. That is 6 factorial. Okay. So normal way also we can find that factorial of a number, but here I am using recursion for just understanding that concept of recursion. Final answer of this program, it is 720. Execution flow is just like this. When we are using this recursion method, we can't get this steps. That is, I am just explaining for understanding the concept. Okay. We get only the final answer, it is 720. So here n into means 6 into factor of n minus 1, it is n minus 1, it is 5. So 6 into factor of 5. Then next time when we use this factor of n value it is 5. So here it is 5. So 5 into 5 minus 1, it is 4. So 5 into factor of 4. The next time it is 4 into factor of 3. Just like that. And final, it will replace that result. That is, what is the result of factor of 1? It is replaced here. Then you will get factor of 2. Then after that, you will get factor of 3. Final, you will get factor of 5. And 6 into factor of 5 is the answer. Okay. So almost all the portions are covered in this chapter. So Monday learned that last chapter. Okay. Monday, that is binary and text file. Learned that entire chapter. Then case study questions are almost all the case study recent questions are based on that last chapter. So it is one of the important chapter. Okay. So we can start with that MCQs. Any doubt related with this? Any of the topics from the chapter functions, working with functions? No. Okay, take your MCQs. Dia, read your first question. Listen carefully and type your answers.
A function that performs
Yes, Gauri.
but does not return any value.
Type your answers in the chat box. Once again, read the question, Dia.
Option A, non-void function. The function that performs some action but does not return a value.
Give the options.
Option A, non-void function. Option B, void function. Option
Only two options. Okay. Do it fast, children. Okay, I will ask. Emmanuel, which is the answer, Emmanuel?
Yes, sir.
Which is the answer?
There is option. Question.
Read the question once again, Dia.
the function that performs some action but does not return a value.
Void function.
Okay. Correct, Emmanuel. Gauri, read your first question.
Which of the following is not a part of the Python function? A. Function header. B. Return statement. C. Parameter list. D. Function keyword.
Anyone? Achyut, your answer?
Options.
Options. Question also you read once again, Gauri.
Which of the following is not a part of the Python function? Option A, function header. B, return statement. C, parameter list. D, function keyword.
Anyone?
Parameter list.
Huh.
Ma'am, I don't know this chapter well, ma'am.
This is one of the simple chapter, Achyut.
Like I feel very dry chapter.
Oh, but we can't avoid that chapter. Okay, Achyut. Learn it thoroughly, okay? Okay. Anyone is there for answering that question? Gauri will score 1 mark. Shivani, unmute and say. Shivani, is it correct, Gauri? Shivani's option is option A.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Then Aditya, your answer?
Ma'am, return statements.
It's not clear.
Option
Is it
C.
clear, Gauri? Option C.
The question is which is not the part of Python statement.
That is the problem. Read the question carefully or listen the question carefully. Okay. D. Shivani's option, it is D.
D or B?
D.
D is the right answer.
Okay, we can give more time for Diya and also. Okay, okay, no problem. So read the question once again, Gauri. Listen that question carefully and options also. Okay.
Which of the following is not a part of the Python function? Option A, function header. Option B, return statement. Option C, parameter list. And option D, function keyword.
There is no keyword like function. The keyword used for function definition, it is DEF. Okay. Then Emmanuel, read your first question.
The blank space in the beginning of a statement within a block is
Which are the options?
parameters, function body, indentation.
Ashwin, which is the correct option?
Ma'am, could you repeat the question?
The blank space in the beginning of a statement within a block is that.
Options. Ma'am, options.
Oh, okay. Options, Emmanuel.
Indentation, function body, parameter.
Indentation, ma'am.
Hmm. Is it correct, Emmanuel?
Just
Okay, okay. Shivani, your question? Shivani? Then what we will do? How you will learn, Shivani? Our term exam will start from, model exam will start from 25th onwards. Okay, Aditya, your question. Shivani, you just call me. Okay, today evening. Aditya,
Yes, ma'am.
your question.
What is the default return value for a function that does not return any value explicitly? Option A, none. Option B, null. Option B, int. Option C, list.
Good question. Krishna, what is the answer for that question?
Ma'am,
Just
options again.
options again.
Option A, none. Option B, null. Option C, int. Option D, list.
Option B, it is null.
Option B is null. Option A is none.
Ma'am, null.
Null.
Mm.
Is there any value is there with null null in Python?
Ma'am, question one.
Okay, Aditya, read the question.
What is the default return value for a function that does not return any value explicitly? Option A, none. Option B, null. Option C, int. Option D, list.
In
Krishna, this period itself, I just informed that question. We discussed that one.
I don't remember.
Okay, okay. None is the answer. Okay. Null, we can avoid that null at the same time. That is because null is not a data type in Python. We can just mark it as wrong because
Okay.
null is not a data type. Okay. Then there is a confusion between this int string and none. Okay. None is the answer. Okay. Then Ashwin. Read the question,
Yes,
Ashwin.
ma'am.
Read the question.
Name the state. Name the
Unmute,
statement
Ashwin.
that sends back a value from a function. Option A, print. Option B, input. Option C, return. Option D, none.
Aryan.
Ma'am, I couldn't hear the question.
Okay. Ashwin.
Name the statement that sends back a value from a function. Option A, print. Option B, input. Option C, return. Option D, none.
Aryan.
Return.
Is it correct, Ashwin?
What do you say, ma'am?
Return.
Aryan, repeat.
Correct, ma'am. Correct.
Okay, Achyut.
Ma'am, which of the following random module function generates a floating point number?
Nice question, Achyut. Shivani. What is the answer for that question? Give the options also, Achyut.
Random,
Hmm.
rand int,
Hmm.
uniform, all of this.
Shivani, which is the correct option, Shivani? Once again, repeat the question, Achyut.
Which of the following random module functions generates a floating point number? Option random parenthesis, rand in parenthesis, uniform parenthesis, and all of the above.
Not clear, Shivani. Type the answer, Shivani. D, all of the above. We can check. Krishna, which is your answer?
Random and uniform.
Random and uniform.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then Krishna, your question.
A variable created or defined within a function body is classified as option A local, option B global, option C built-in, option D instance.
Dia,
Local.
it is local. Okay, simple question. Then Aryan, your question.
Which type of bracket is placed after name of the function? A square bracket, B curly bracket, C round bracket, D arrow bracket.
Okay, Achyut, which is the answer?
Ma'am, options.
Options, Aryan.
A square bracket, B curly bracket, C round bracket, and D arrow brackets.
Ma'am, like, can you write down the question on the board? It's very difficult to remember the question and the answer.
I think I will ask you to prepare PPTs based on that question.
I can do that.
Okay. So next time onwards, prepare some questions in PPT. Then you can share the screen and answer the question, read the question and options very well. Okay. Read the question, Aryan. Which bracket? Okay. Which bracket
Which type of
is
bracket is placed after name of function?
options?
A square bracket,
Hmm.
B curly bracket,
Hmm.
C round bracket, and D arrows.
Which one? I will give one. Okay. Achyut, which is the answer, Achyut?
Square bracket.
Achyut? Which bracket after name of function?
Parenthesis.
Round bracket. That is okay. That is, Achyut, listen here. Here, FUN is the function name. After function name, which bracket is used? Okay. Then Dia, read the second question.
Ma'am, I have one doubt. In the MCQ book, there is a question. How many types of argument are there in function?
Is it 4?
Yes, but we studied 3, right?
Okay, okay. In some textbook, one more option is there. That is why. Okay, I will explain that option also. But in our syllabus, it include only 3. Okay. Read the question. Another question.
The keyword that is used to make a variable global. Option A, global. Option B, def. Option C, none of this.
None of this. Okay. Which is the answer? Gauri?
Global.
It is global, but you just check the case. Okay. The answer is very simple, but in your option, different globals are there. Okay. So I didn't, you know that the word keyword, it is global, but different options with different case. So you identify the case, which case is needed for that keyword. Okay. We know that except 3 keyword, all the other keywords are small letters. Okay. So next time prepare questions based on this questions in PPT. Okay. If it will not take more time, then it will easy for understanding the question and options. Okay.